25. We got film to watch. How y'all doing today?
Good.
I'm having a millennial.
What do you what can new assistant coaches add to a program in terms of maybe getting the team over the hump in some of these games? I don't know if you've gone back and watched any of the games from last year, but what can you guys add to maybe get them over the hump?
Right now, I just feel like we got to get better. We got to get better with you want to say the little things, but they're big things. You know, we just with the receivers, we just got to get better with first of all, our stance, our alignment, how we come off the ball. You know, coaching every aspect of the game and making sure we're not missing anything, that we catching everything at practice and we trying to get them better. Every day we go on the field, either mat drills, practice, whatever we're doing, film room, we try to get them better. And that's what we're trying to do right now. Also try to give them confidence too. Because, you know, you're talking about some kids that played hard, that, you know, that just went hard and lost close, tight ones. So you're also trying to give them confidence and not beating them down.
Is there something maybe how you work, but maybe how you go about your business? Is that part of it too? Maybe do things the right way.
The receivers or me?
Yeah, well, anything.
Yeah, with me. I'm going to coach you with energy. I'm going to coach you hard. I'm going to coach you with energy. I'm going to give you confidence, but I'm going to coach you hard. And I'm going to coach you really hard. And I'm going to tell you something every play. Either it's going to be good or it's going to be bad, but I'm going to communicate something to you every play.
Scott said Alante Brown is the guy who's emerged as a voice in your room. What have you seen from him growth-wise?
Well, when I didn't know too much about him before I came here. He was a Chicago kid. But what I can see with him, he's a kid that loves football. That's the number one thing. That's the number one problem with NCAA football today, that these kids don't love it. They like it. They like it. They get on Twitter, they get on IG, and they like stuff. You know, Lante loves it. He loves the game. You can win with kids when they love the game. When they like it, you're going to be in trouble. So one thing he brings to the room is leadership, but he works, and he's there all the time. He don't miss. Everything he gets in there is 100%, and he's tough.
What's the difference between liking it and loving it?
When you love it, I used to say about this game. You got to be kind of a little crazy to want to play football and loving it. That means you're going to do the extra. That enough is never enough. Enough is never enough. You know, when a coach tells you good job, you work even harder. Coach tells you, hey, that's not a good job, you even double up what you got to do to get better. You know, they got to love the game. You're going to have to love the game to play for me. You're going to have to love the game to play for Scott. You're not going to be to like it. Because when you like it, you're not going to play.
What's the extra that Alante has done so far?
When it's time for routes on air and it's a Saturday morning, he's there. He's there. You know, when the quarterback say we throwing routes on air and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he's there. You know, when it's time for meetings, he's the first one in the room. He's there. You know, so that's it.
How long does it take you to figure out if a kid doesn't love it?
One practice. But then I also got to look at it. Maybe he wasn't trained to love it. Maybe nobody never challenged him to love it. So let me give him a chance. Maybe it's like a relationship. When you first meet your girlfriend or your boyfriend, you like them, but then you grow to love them. Okay. So now it's about me making sure that they're consistent, that they're doing stuff on and off the field, and they might like it right now, but then we can get them to love it. Now, if it gets to the point and you don't love it and it's June, I'm gonna know. Then I got to move on. You know.
Mickey, what do you do to shorten that period between liking it and loving it without continually jumping on a guy every 5 seconds?
If that's what it take for him to love it, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be at their neck every 5 seconds. I'm gonna be on them. I'm gonna make sure, because especially if you know that they have the talent to do it, and it's in their heart to love it, they just don't know how to do it. So we ask them to do, hey, get better every day you come on the field. Get better. So my thing is looking at them, making sure they get better. Looking at the 7-on-7 today, and looking at the 7-on-7 when we come back Wednesday, and see who got better. All the way through individuals. So who's trying to get better? Who's trying, giving us effort.
Hey, Mickey, one more on Alante. He was a quarterback. Is there a connection a little bit between the two of you? Does he maybe see something with you? You see something with him where you can connect because you both have that shared background?
Well, I guess, yeah, it could have been like he grew up in Chicago and I grew up in New Orleans. You had to be tough when you left your house, you know. But with Alante, I think that usually quarterbacks don't fare well at receiver. They fare better at sometimes safety or corner because they don't do a lot of catching. But he's doing a really good job to say he was a high school quarterback. He's doing a really good job at catching the ball. And he understands the game. You're right about that. He understands the game from the quarterback point of view. The quarterback seeing, he understands it. So he's doing a really good job with that.
Does it mean he was regarded as the best football player in the city of Chicago? Does that mean something to you?
No, no,
Why is that?
because it's high school. It's over. Now, when you get here, what about if I got a kid from South Dakota? I don't care that he's from Chicago. I'm going to play the best player. So I don't care where they come from, and I don't care what they did in high school. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem. That they think when they get to college that it's going to be the same as high school. No, that dude across for you, he can play too. It's not the little 16-year-old you're playing against. You're playing against this 22-year-old. So no, it doesn't matter to me that what they did in high school. It matters to me what they do now because the thing about it, we're going to do a great job of evaluating players and making sure that the right players get here. So once they get here, it's just like the NFL. Everything's even. My walk-ons have just as much a chance as my first day guys because everybody it's open competition. I always say the depth chart's written in sand. So you got to come to battle every day at this position. Every day you got to come to battle.
Coach also said that the receivers don't get away with much in your room. What kind of standards do you hold your players to?
High standards that they do things the right way, academically, in the community, on the field, individual, that they do things the right way, and I call you on it. I don't look away. I don't shed it like act like I don't see it. If I see it, I'm challenging you on it. I'm challenging not to do it because at the end of the day, we'll continue to raise these young men to be grown men. So if we start looking away, then 10 years down the line, this kid's going to be a bad husband. This kid's going to be a bad uncle. So I'm raising you to make sure try to do everything right. And no, I'm not. If I see it, I'm going to call you on it. And and it gets to a point where they know now. They know not to. Don't fool with me on certain things. Hey, this is what he wants. I want you here on time. They know, be here on time. If you're not on time, you're gonna have to hear it. If you're not there, you're gonna get my phone call. You're gonna get my text at 11 o'clock at night. You're gonna get my text 5 o'clock in the morning. Where are you? So I'm gonna stay on top of them because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for this receiver group. This receiver group don't play well. That's on me. So if I'm gonna put them on the field, I gotta sleep good at night to know that I did everything in my power to get them to do things right. And if they don't do things right, then I tried.
Does having a guy like Trey Palmer who went through that with you at LSU, is that valuable as you're trying to educate a room on the standard? That you have someone that can kind of has been through those ropes, I guess, if you want.
Oh, it's no doubt that Trey can help. Trey helps this room because Trey's a kid that I benched before. He's a kid I sat down. He's a kid I say, hey, you're not doing things right. I'm gonna sit you down. So yes, Trey understands that. Trey tells him like he's not gonna let you get away with that. So he sets the standard with him also. But he's a good leader. He was a good leader at LSU, but he's a really good leader here because he understands what I want. Like I said, I've been knowing him since he's been 15. So he's been under this pressure since he's been 15. So he understands it. He understands that hey, you got to go full speed here. You understand you got to be on time. I don't want the academic people calling me. He understands all that and he relates that to him well.
Nebraska's had some productive players in the slot over the last handful of years. Who do you see has the skill set, some of the players on the team now that can be really impactful at that position?
You talking about the inside guys? Well, right now you have Trey Palmer playing it. You have Omar playing it, which is a big target. It's kind of different, but Coach Whipple likes a big target as an inside guy. So we got some speed. Then we got Then we got Brody. Brody's going to play. Then when we get Isaiah back, Isaiah's going to play. We're going to have 4 kids that can go inside and play. It's going to get to the point where we're going to get our best 3 on the field. If it's our best 3 Zs, then somebody's got to play X, somebody's got to play R. But we're going to get our best players. But right now, with Trey, Omar, and Brody, and then Isaiah will be back. That's a pretty good group right there.
What makes a good slot guy? What makes a good slot guy inside receiver?
I think first of all you got to be twitchy. I think you got to be twitchy. You got to be a willing participant to go across the middle and catch the ball in traffic. You got to be able to do that, but you also got to be very football IQ smart. You got to have high football IQ because it's the things that we ask you to do in here. know, we actually run option routes. We actually run over routes. We actually run delta routes. We actually do a lot. We actually run bubbles on the run play. So we actually do a lot. You know, so you got to have a really high football IQ, but you got to be twitchy. You got to be able to get out of traffic because you're in the middle of that mess every single time. Outside guys, they get released outside. Nobody's out there. This guy inside, he's always trying to direct himself through traffic.
What's it been like for you to kind of learn a new room? Because it's been a few years since you've had a completely different wide receiver room.
Yes.
You had the opportunity at LSU to kind of develop guys over time, starting completely from scratch. What's it been for you?
I think everybody came in with a clean slate. You know, I came in and everybody can feel like, hey, I got a chance to compete, the chance to get on the field. So yeah, I was, just getting to know them. But one thing I do have to give to them, they are trying to work. They are trying to do things the right way. And we're gonna have some hiccups. We're gonna have some, hit some walls. But it's a mature group when we can work through it. Like I told them, I said I got to find 9. I got to find 9 that's able to go. We got about 16 or 17 in the room, but I got to find 9. But those 9 don't have to be until fall camp. I'm just gonna pick and choose. We're gonna go through it right now and give everybody a shot. Everybody deserves to have a shot here. Everybody deserves to have a shot here, and we have enough snaps in spring football that we can give everybody that opportunity.
What's your stance on guys in your room playing special teams?
They playing special teams. They don't have a choice
Why is that?
because I said so.
Why do you say so?
Because they're the most athletic kids on the team, and they can play in space, and they understand how to play in space. And special teams are played in space, and they don't do this team no service if they're sitting on the sideline with me and we're punting the ball and we're kicking the ball off, or we're returning the ball, or we returning the kick, that they're sitting with me. So they have no choice. They're going to be on special teams. They're going to play special teams. The worst thing can happen to a kid here at the University of Nebraska, like I said at LSU, that they get to the league and now they got to learn how to play special teams. They're going to learn how to play special teams here with Bill Bush, who's going to do a great job for us as a special team coordinator. But they're going to learn to play it, and they're going to run down on kickoff. They're going to cover kicks. They're going to do all that because at the end of the day, you just can't be a receiver. And the league is only going to be 4 of them. And 2 of them not going to be on the special teams, but the other 2 are going to be on all full court. So if they want to have an NFL future, they got to learn how to play special teams. And this morning, everybody was on special teams.
Anybody in your room stand out in that regard?
Right now, Alante. He runs down on kickoff, and that's impressive. And he'll stick his nose in there. Weiner, Winemaster, just those kids showed some good special teams clips. And Xavier will be able to do it. Omar will be able to do it. They're all going to do it. Trey's going to run punts back. They're all going to do that. Oliver's going to run punts back. But everybody's going to participate, especially because I miss special teams. So when I miss special teams, what are they going to be doing? I know, exactly. So they're going to be in special teams.
Hey, Scott says with all the new coaches and new players, it's invigorating and energizing. Do you feel that?
Energy, you got to have energy. I think you have a lot of energy on the offense and defense side of the ball. It looks like it's like chaotic out there, like it's chaos out there. But everybody's moving, everybody's getting going, everybody's playing fast. There's a lot of energy. It's new energy for those kids on offense. I'm not saying those guys last year didn't give them energy, but I think they feel like, hey, these coaches coming here, they're going to be coaching with energy, and they're going to be on us every play. Every play. We're not going to miss anything, and I think they appreciate that.
What are your initial impressions of Bill Bush and how he runs the special teams?
Well, me and Bill tight. We tight. If you ever see Bill and I together, you'll think that we don't like each other. Because we go at each other neck. But Bill's going to do a great job with special teams. I had the opportunity to work with him at LSU. And we were on a special. We had a special team coordinator, Coach McMahon, but we were on special teams together. We worked together, so I'm familiar with some of the drills that he's doing, and I understand what he wants, with special teams. So if he screams something, if you see me screaming something, I'm really giving him a hard time, but I'm trying to just echo what he's saying.
Who in your room took advantage of strength and conditioning kind of workouts in the winter? Who had some games for you, I guess?
I want to say all of them did. I didn't get any complaints from Zach, about the conditioning. And I was with the mat drills, and the mat drills were really good. They really was, giving a lot of energy on the mat drills. But I think they all just got better during the winter. I think they all got better. I think Coach DeBall said it's the best that they ever been. But you know what? They got new life. They got new life, and I think they feel it.
Whipple's style is to identify a guy a receiver, it could be a running back, I'm guessing, go to him a lot,
Mm-hmm.
use him a lot. Do you have an idea in your room who that might be? You don't have to say who it is, but do you have a pretty good, have you narrowed it down yet?
No, because that's what he did in the past.
Yeah.
Threw it to one guy. We're gonna have more than one dude out there.
Okay.
You don't have to do that.
You know he did that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We did it. A little. At LSU with Justin his junior year, his sophomore year. Threw it to him. But this year, you're gonna have targets. You're gonna have 9 or 10 kids that's capable of playing, that deserve to play, and you're going to be able to just put them out there and say, okay, let the quarterback go through their reads. Because sometimes, the quarterback is looking for that one guy, and the other guys are open. So they're going to go through their reads, but we got to put dudes out there. I think I always say this, if you're going to put three guys out there, let them be 3 dudes. Now they can't take nobody away. They got to play coverage. They got to play honest, and that's what we're going to do.
How has Xavier Betts progressed this offseason?
Xavier's grown up a lot. He's matured a lot, and Xavier was was an immature kid, when I first got here. But now he's grown up. He's starting to ask questions. He's starting to, just understand why he's here at Nebraska. And sometimes being from Nebraska, playing here, and being an in-state kid, it's a whole bunch of pressure. It's a whole bunch of pressure. And I want to just tell him all the time, like, hey, you just got to be Xavier. You just got to play ball. Don't worry about that. I'll take everything else off you. But it's not easy. It's not easy. It's just like a kid from Louisiana playing in-state football. It's not easy for a kid from Nebraska because everybody want to know why you're not playing, when you're going to do this, and they're pulling at you. Out-of-state kid, they're not getting pulled at. Xavier's getting pulled all over because he's an in-state kid. He was a great football player in high school, and people wanted to be a great football player right away. And he is, and he will, and his best football is ahead of him. But I'm happy where he's at right now, and I think he's doing a great job.
Could you see that one of the guys that you mentioned in your first press conference? What, from a skill set, talent standpoint, what really jumped out to you about him to kind of mention him like that?
Well, I think this kid, he's a big, fast kid that just can run, and he can get in and out of his breaks, and he's got great hands. So that's what you want at the X position. You want a big kid that can run. And we're going to do a little different. We're going to keep him at X. We're going to keep him at X, so he's going to get a lot of one-on-one coverage. So he gets a lot of one-on-one coverage, and then we're going to let him loose.
Did you see that in Xavier, what you mentioned about him and having the pressure and people pulling at him? Could you see that immediately when you met him, or was that gained more from conversations that you had with people around the state?
Yeah, I'm just look at the film from last year. That he'll show up one week he don't show up 1 week. So now my goal with him is this kid was just to get him consistent. That he shows up every week. And he's going to give you 100% every week, and he's got to believe in himself. And it's about me shooting confidence to him. Just shooting him confidence, like, hey, you can get this done, you can do it.
What's your read on Omar initially? I'm sure you see him, and obviously that size.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to not like that.
No, Omar's excellent. He's an excellent receiver. He's a big target. He's a big kid that can run. And I was more with a smaller kid in the slot, But when Whip came, Whip said, hey, put Omar in the slot, and he's going to be able to do it. And I was like, because he wants a big target. So Omar embraced that because he's been outside. So he embraced that going inside. So now, he's got him and Trey Palmer, they can play off of each other. You play off of each other, then you go with Brody, you got Isaiah also, but Omar's a big target going across the middle, and he's strong and he's fast, and he gets there in a hurry, and he has really good hands also.
So he and Palmer are both playing in that?
Yes. Competition.
Mm-hmm.
Competition within the room.
Where did you see Xavier needing to mature?
Off the field, because like I said, you got so much pressure. You got pressure off the field. He had to learn how to put that wall up. He's got to learn how to say no. I can't do it. I got to go do this. And he's doing that, and I'm helping him with it. And I think he's done a really good job.
What's your initial impression of some of the new faces at quarterback, Chubb and Casey?
You know what? I'm gonna be truthful with you. I really don't know who's in there throwing the football because I'm looking at the receivers.
Yeah.
But I know Whip's going to do a great job with those guys. Great job with the guys. I think, you get a whole bunch of arms right now on throwing. But I don't really pay attention to that position. I pay attention to my guys. Now I know when the ball comes out late, I might say something. But other than that, I'm sure they're going to do a great job. You got Whip, you got Frost. You got guys that's over that position that's going to do a great job.
Mickey, you've got responsibilities with the wide receivers. as the passing game coordinator and as the associate head coach? How do you divide up all those things in your brain?
I don't. I got an attention deficit, so I always got to be doing something, and I'm do something. I can't do one thing for a long time. So right now, my thing is knowing what we're doing on offense, and also learning everybody's names on defense, and learning the rest of the names on offense. So there's a lot of things going on right now, but my thing is building a relationship with these kids and helping with the locker room, make sure the locker room stays positive, and also with Coach Whip, with the passing game. But even with the passing game, Coach Whip's been doing this thing a long time. So he's kind of telling me, what he likes, and then I tell him what I like, and then he has last say. So,
What is the biggest thing that you can do as an associate head coach to help Scott Frost turn this thing around?
just what I've been doing, supporting Scott, whatever he needs me to do. Just supporting him, because like I said before, I would have never came back here if I didn't think he hadn't gone in the right direction. I think he's going in the right direction. He's doing a great job. He's doing an excellent job of just being the CEO right now and letting us run things on offense. And he looked like he's precious, not the precious offense, but now he can get with the whole team. He can get with the defense. He can get with the kickers. He can get with the snappers. He can be the CEO that he wants to be.
What does CEO mean to you?
I was about to say something, I'm not gonna say it. That you run the whole thing. That hey, the last decision is your decision, and you got to be in tune with everything what's going on. I think he understands that. And I think that's what he's doing right now, understand everything that's going on right now.
Scott said that he really enjoys sitting around with some of you guys, you talk football, and trying to put something together. How much do you enjoy this part of the process and trying to build it at this part? So
Yes.
early in the offseason?
Well, right now, it's real excited just to get with Coach Whipple on offense, because his offense is NFL offense. He just produced a Biletnikoff winner and the best quarterback in college football, that the quarterback's going to be the first quarterback taken. Also, sitting around talking to Scott. Scott's one of the best play callers I've ever seen, just from afar. But now just being with him right now, that he's a really good play caller. So he's going to be able to help us on Saturdays. So that's why we sit down and he pulls us in one by one and just talk football with us. Because on Saturdays, during the week he's going to help us, but he's really going to help us on Saturdays because he's going to understand what's going on and he'll be able to help us.
What have you seen for Victor Jones as he's kind of into his first spring at this program?
Well, Victor hadn't been to his prime yet. So I'm going to take it slow with Victor. I'm going to take it slow with him, not put so much pressure on him where he loses confidence. I got to watch him. I got to watch him more and just surviving up here. He's a kid from Florida. He hadn't even been to his prime. He came here early. So I got to really watch him. I got to treat him like a 17-year-old. Like call him and say, hey, you're home, you're good, you're not homesick, things like that. But Victor's going to be a really good player for us right now. But we're gonna take it slow with Victor. We're going to bring Victor along slow. We have some kids that have some some playing experience, and we'll push them along faster. We got Oliver Martin, and guys like that. But Victor, we're going to bring Victor along slow because we got to make sure Victor adapts to being up here in Lincoln because he's from Florida. Like I said, he hadn't been to his prime yet. So how many of us started college and hadn't been to our prime? No, I went to my prime, then I started college. Well, it's flipping with these kids now. So I got to be careful with Victor, that I don't push Victor to a point where he loses confidence. So my thing is giving him confidence and knowing that he's going to be fine. Like I told him today, you wouldn't be here if you couldn't play.
How big of a challenge is that for you as a coach because you have a room in which these kids are all different stages? So you've got the older guys that have played, you've got a guy like Victor, like you said, hasn't been to prom yet, he's going for his first go.
Yeah, but it's no different than what I had to do before. It's not my first rodeo with kids coming out of high school and getting here early. We all say, oh, let's get them in early, it's going to help them. But sometimes it can hurt a kid. Sometimes, some kids, I would figure out if they're mature enough to do it. If they're not mature enough to do it, I don't bring them here. Like Dakota's Crawford, he's not here right now because he needed to go back and be with his mom, be with his mom for one more semester and be in high school. Because I didn't think he was going to be ready to come up here and do what I asked him to do. And Victor's trying. He's doing a really good job. But it's not my first rodeo with it, So with the older kids are really helping the young kids.
So you've actually, in cases like Dakota's, have had to tell kids like, no, let's wait for you to come out this summer, or how does that?
Not no. Just hey, man, maybe you should just go to school next semester. Don't worry about coming early, because they want to do it, but after
Hard conversations.
easy conversation when you're telling them the truth. It's hard when you got to lie to them. It's easy when you're telling them the truth. And that's what I tell my kids. It's easy for me to tell you the truth.
Coach, do you guys feel pressure at all in this off season, especially just with the way that things went
Well, I would say that you as a assistant coach and a coach, you always feel pressure. You know, you always feel pressure to win because that's the name of the game. I always say this profession would be a great profession if we didn't have to play the games. We'd still be here. Nobody be going anywhere. But right now, yeah, you do feel pressure, but there's no pressure that you hadn't felt before. You know you're coming into a good situation. You come into the University of Nebraska, and you know we have resources to be better. So now it's up to the coaches to make sure we get better. But also we got to get our players in line and do everything that we're supposed to do. But it's not no different pressure than I'm sure than Applewhite felt at TCU, and then I felt at LSU, and then Whip felt at Pittsburgh. But we all won, so we know what it means.
Well, could you just talk about the energy and excitement on day one? I mean, personally for you, you're in a new job with a new team with opportunity. What does that feel like to have that?
Well, I was a little nervous this morning because they practice in the morning around here, so I got here like really early, and it was like, "Hey, your first meeting don't start for an hour and a half." So I was like, "Oh, it's 5:30," but it was exciting because I've never practiced in the morning. And I had a flight from St. Louis last night that I was nervous, and I was like, I hope this flight makes it. So I was excited to be out there with the guys for the first day because we've been going through off season, and now it was time to play football. So I was happy just to play football today. So it was exciting today. It was a lot of energy.
What'd you do for an hour and a half?
Huh?
You don't practice in the morning?
I never practice in the morning. I always practice in
Not a
it.
morning guy?
I'm a morning guy, but not like this.
What'd you do for that hour and a half before the first meeting?
Oh, just go over the scripts like that. Call my daughter before she went to school.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Yeah, get fish here. Hey, guys, thank y'all, ladies.